So for the squat hinge archetype, this is a neutral spine squat test. Make sure your feet are shoulder width apart, facing straight ahead. Full squat depth with hip crease at least below knee. Neutral spine, so no change in the spine throughout the movement. Make sure that you maintain normal arcs of the feet. So from the side, keeping the glutes and core engaged, shoulders down and back with ribs tucked. Hinge. Squat. Take a few breaths and then stand. This next one, the supine active straight leg raise test. Points of performance: keep the spine neutral, so no change in the spine position throughout this test. Keep the knees straight, and finally the hips at least 90 degrees flexion. You can test this position with the dorsiflexion and extension of the foot. Squat and hinge archetype continued. This is a lateral lunge test. The points of performance: keep the feet straight and wider than shoulder width apart. Get to full squat depth to both sides, at least below parallel. Keep the spine neutral, so no change in the spine position throughout the test. If limited depth with both feet on the ground, rotate straight leg up on its heel. If improved depth, then adductor stiffness or shortness on straight leg will be implicated. Repeat on both sides. Keep feet flat with normal arches. Pistol archetype. Feet and knee together squat active test. Keep the feet together and knees together. Neutral spine through range. Full squat depth with hip crease at least below knees, and feet flat with normal arches. Pistol archetype continued. This is a tandem ankle dorsiflexion test. The athlete standing in tandem stance, feet lined up heel to toe. Athlete bends both knees and ankles as far as possible, keeping feet flat on the ground. Normal is kneecap of rear leg, at least even with medial malleus of front leg. Repeat on both sides. Keep the feet flat and normal arches. Lunge archetype. This is a 3-position couch stretch test. Athlete must place his right kneecap on a pad on the ground with shin vertical to the wall. Athlete then progresses through 3 test positions. Only if she is able to perform the following: full glute engagement, full ab engagement, 3 full breaths, no loss in spine position. Position 1, front shin down on the ground, actively pushing rear hip to the ground. Position 2, front foot up on the ground. Position 3, vertical torso. Repeat this on both sides. Lunge archetype continued. This is the heel up squat test. Drop to the bottom of an air squat, barefoot, so the coach can see the first joint setup. Rock forward, placing both knees on the ground, keeping pads of the big toes on the ground. Full first dorsiflexion to 90-degree angle on both sides. PVC lift-off shoulder test. Lie prone with arms overhead, shoulder width apart, thumbs up. With pipe resting in first web space, lift arms to 180 degrees of position. Keep the spine neutral with no change. Glutes and abs are engaged with full breath at lift-off. Keep the arms straight with no change in upper arm or forearm rotation. Press archetype test. Stand holding PVC pipe behind hips, palms with full grip and facing forward, hands just outside hips. Lift hands off and up as high as possible with no change in spine position or anterior shoulder translation. Hold end range position with glutes tight, abs tight, and 3 full breaths. Fist release push-up test. Lie face down, fists on the ground into press archetype with elbows at side of body and vertical forearms. Attempt to lift the fist off the ground with no translation of the shoulders or spine. Hang archetype. This is the supine internal rotation test. Lie supine and relaxed. Actively abduct shoulders to 90 degrees and maintain a 90 degree in elbow position. Actively internally rotate. Normal is 70 degrees. Ensure there's no change in spine position and no forward shoulder translation.